You know what 50 basically just did? He just teased the sequel. He's like, yo, at first it was the Pops. Now the second season. You know the second season is usually more lit than the first. Second season is watching how they were tag teaming. Justin, Christian, and
According to recent reports, Sean Combs' children are reportedly creating their own documentary aimed at presenting a different perspective on their father's life and legacy. Sources suggest that Diddy could also make his first public statement through this project, positioning it as a direct response to 50 Cent's controversial documentary, which has already sparked major debate across the internet. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is said to be preparing a follow-up, adding even more fuel to the fire. With both 50 Cent and Diddy's family seemingly ready to share completely different sides of the story, this situation is quickly turning into a major documentary showdown.
Network has a new Diddy documentary coming out, and this time it is coming from the perspective of Diddy and his sons. All the time I thought we were about to leave Diddy in 2025. Well, this documentary is coming in 2026. And a lot of people, just like myself, are already not feeling this new documentary coming from Diddy's sons. A lot of people aren't happy about it and actually shocked that the owner of Zeus Network, Lemmy, is doing this Diddy documentary. But what a lot of people fail to forget is Lemmy and Diddy have been friends for quite some time.
His children arriving in court for day one of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York. Hands gripped in solidarity.
You still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony? You feel that was lied on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father did it? You don't believe your father did it? My daddy
It means the phones, the boil, the pain,
The loyalty, the betrayal, the lies, the love, the hate, the truth, the lies. And Diddy calling from Fort Dix.
This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
When they released this trailer last night, there were so many comments to Lemmy and Zeus Network that they did not want to see this. A lot of people feel like this whole new documentary is just a PR narrative once again being pushed by Diddy and his sons to try to clean up his image. And after hearing certain things on 50 Cent's Netflix documentary, we have to go back in time and remember what we were seeing during trial. Even when it came to Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, they both came on two separate occasions to trial wearing a free Sean Combs shirt. The first one to do this was Christian Combs during Jane's testimony, and you're not supposed to wear this stuff in front.
The documentary is expected to feature Justin and Christian Combs, marking what could be the first time either of them publicly speaks about the controversy surrounding their father, Sean Combs, since the trial began. As the legal challenges connected to the Combs family continue to intensify, public curiosity around their response keeps growing. If Diddy also takes part in the project, it may serve as a strategic effort to share their side of the story while facing ongoing public scrutiny. With debate around the case still dominating headlines, this upcoming release is shaping up to be a highly anticipated project that could offer rare insight into the family's perspective.
In this, it shows clearly we are also going to hear from Diddy himself on a phone call while he's in prison at Fort Dix. Already seeing the way people are reacting, I do not think this is hitting for them the way they want it to. And I think this is also because everybody knows that Diddy is actually appealing his sentence that he was found guilty of right now. I think that if Diddy just took accountability for the things that we have all seen him do wrong, he would do a lot better than trying to push a certain narrative.
The upcoming documentary is reportedly expected to provide direct access to Sean Combs' children and may even include a phone conversation with Diddy while he remains incarcerated at Fort Dix. Early reactions have revealed mixed public opinion, especially since the project is emerging while Diddy continues to challenge his conviction, influencing how many people view its true purpose. Some believe the documentary is the family's effort to finally present their version of events during a period of non-stop public scrutiny, while others argue that openly acknowledging past mistakes could have a stronger impact than attempting to shape public perception. Adding even more attention to the situation, 50 Cent has publicly reacted to the release by sharing the trailer across social media platforms. Considering his long-running feud with the Combs family, including Christian and Justin Combs, his response has intensified public interest. Many now see the documentary as another major chapter in the ongoing battle for public narrative surrounding the broader legal conflict.
Expected 50 Cent caught wind of it hitting the news, hitting the blogs, and being on the timeline yesterday that Diddy's sons, Sean and Justin, will be dropping a docu-series of their own to tell their side of the story, their experiences, and how they view things on the Zeus Network. Well, 50 Cent put it up on his Instagram page, and he promoted the trailer when you look at it from the other side of it, on the marketing side, but he knows it plays back into the doc that he just dropped as well with the record, and he put it up and said, wow, I want to see this show. I'm not sure this was a good idea. And he tagged at 50 Cent Action, letting it be known that this is really...
The backlash began almost immediately after the documentary teaser was released. On 50 Cent's post, one user reacted by saying, "Sheesh, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree." Similar sentiments quickly spread across social media, with many users on Twitter commenting, "We already know he tries to control the narrative through media." As the criticism started to build, Lemuel Plummer, CEO of Zeus Network and a known associate of Sean Combs, stepped in to publicly address the situation before it escalated further.
After this trailer for this docu-series dropped, and he was getting tons of backlash from people saying they do not want this crap, they only want to see baddies. He said, to be clear, this documentary series is centered on providing Justin and Christian the opportunity to share their personal story and lived experiences, particularly as their lives have also been directly impacted. This project is not intended to endorse, defend, or vindicate Diddy or any individual, nor does it seek to justify or minimize any action that had been alleged or adjudicated. Do you find this part odd because of all the wording that was just shown in the trailer? The lies, the truth, the foes. Anyways, as a network, we believe it's important for allowing individuals to speak for themselves, just as any credible network entering the documentary space does. Our role is to provide a platform for the stories to be told honestly and without prejudgment. What viewers will see is raw, real, and authentic storytelling. That is the essence of this project. We respectfully ask that the series not be prejudged before it's seen. Everyone will have the opportunity to watch, assess the content, and arrive.
One of the most heavily discussed aspects of this entire situation is the connection between Christian and Justin Combs and the wider controversy surrounding Sean Combs. Their decision to appear together in the documentary while presenting their father in a positive light has sparked major debate, especially as both continue to face scrutiny connected to broader legal concerns. Some critics believe their involvement goes beyond simply supporting their father and may also be an effort to influence the larger public narrative surrounding the allegations. Christian Combs further intensified tensions after publicly reacting to 50 Cent's documentary series through a social media post that was later deleted, though 50 Cent's response remained widely available online and added fuel to the growing feud. At the same time, court filings and online discussions have drawn attention to Justin Combs' alleged presence at several events tied to the controversy, with resurfaced photos increasing public speculation. Serious allegations have also emerged through civil lawsuits, including claims from producer Rodney "Lil Rod" Jones, who named Justin Combs in legal filings and accused him of involvement in activities connected to Sean Combs' alleged misconduct. According to the lawsuit, Justin was described as someone allegedly linked to the solicitation of sex workers, underage girls, and controversial gatherings. One specific allegation references an underage girl reportedly attending an event at Diddy's home, where misconduct was claimed to have occurred. Lil Rod also alleged that during one gathering, he was forced to consume a substance-laced drink, later losing consciousness and waking up in a compromising situation. Justin Combs was named as a defendant in connection to claims that he helped facilitate aspects of Diddy's alleged enterprise. Meanwhile, Christian Combs has also reportedly faced legal scrutiny after Grace O'Marcaigh accused him in court documents of misconduct during a yacht party hosted by Sean Combs, including claims of harassment and drugging. These allegations have significantly increased public focus on the Combs family as a whole, placing even greater pressure on the upcoming documentary and raising questions about whether it can truly reshape public perception amid such serious legal challenges.
Prosecutors allege Combs frequently instructs family members and his attorneys to add other individuals via three-way call, which is not allowed. On some of those calls, prosecutors say Combs is explicit about his intention to use public statements to sway potential jurors, including this Instagram post by Diddy's kids.
Happy birthday to Daddy.
Prosecutors say Combs enlisted family members to plan and execute a social media campaign around the defendant's birthday. The first time we heard his voice from behind bars.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love y'all in the world.
Prosecutors say Combs then monitored audience engagement from the video.
If the judge, in fact, feels as though Diddy is trying to circumvent the rules of the prison and he's doing things outside of what he's allowed to do, that's going to carry a lot of weight when we talk about being released on bail, because what they're trusting is that you will abide by the rules that allow you to be out.
People really being paid to rally support for Diddy outside of his trial? Because that is what many are now alleging, as people have been standing across the street from the courthouse in free Puff and free Diddy shirts. With, for example, journalist and content creator Emily Hagan posting a TikTok of this group of people in matching shirts that also then included this interaction.
These are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right? You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt. I'm not.
And while that TikTok was initially posted around 5 days ago, it's now gotten a lot more traction as people like 50 Cent, who famously not a big Diddy fan, started posting about it and trolling Diddy by posting seemingly edited images of him in the shirts and writing things like, "Okay, now where do I send my $20 invoice, guy?"
Another major allegation highlighted in the controversy involves claims that members of the Combs family were connected to efforts to cover up a shooting incident, an accusation that was also referenced in 50 Cent's documentary series. According to court filings tied to Rodney Lil Rod Jones' lawsuit, the alleged incident reportedly took place on September 12, 2022, outside Diddy's Chalice recording studios. Lil Rod claims that Sean Combs, Justin Combs, and one of Justin's associates known as G were present when violence suddenly erupted. According to the lawsuit, multiple gunshots were allegedly heard, and Lil Rod later discovered G seriously injured on a bathroom floor, suffering from gunshot wounds to his hip and leg. Lil Rod states that while he attempted to help by applying pressure to the wounds and urging others to call for emergency assistance, Diddy and Justin allegedly moved away from the scene. The legal filing further claims that Diddy later instructed those present to tell authorities that he had no involvement and allegedly pressured Lil Rod to present the shooting as a random drive-by incident rather than reveal what supposedly happened. While that allegation centers around Justin Combs, separate legal accusations have also placed Christian Combs under public scrutiny. In an unrelated civil lawsuit, Grace O'Marque accused Christian of sexual assault during a yacht gathering in December 2022, claiming the incident occurred in an environment connected to Sean Combs' influence. As 50 Cent reportedly moves forward with additional documentary coverage,
attorneys urging a federal appeals court in New York to reverse his conviction on prostitution-related charges or direct the judge to lighten his 4-year sentence. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us. Diddy's lawyers, Jeff, officially filing that appeal this week. Tell us more about their argument and also the chances it succeeds. What are you hearing?
So Diddy is currently serving that 50-month prison sentence after being found guilty on those prostitution-related charges over the summer. In their appeal filing, his lawyers now arguing the music mogul was treated harshly during sentencing by a federal judge who let evidence surrounding charges that he was actually found not guilty of actually then influence his punishment. This week, lawyers for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs urging a federal appeals court in New York to either order his immediate release and reverse his conviction or lighten his over 4-year prison sentence.
This appeal was expected, especially when the defense filed a motion for a new trial and a notice of appeal. And the arguments are attacking